What do we mean when we say Spartan? As an adjective, Spartan means austere, tough, without luxury. This comes straight from the ancient stereotype of the Spartans, the inhabitants of Sparta in southern Greece. The Spartans were the ultimate warriors, raised from childhood to endure terrible suffering and hardship. The Spartan character is summed up perfectly by the ancient accounts of the Battle of Thermopylae. In 480 BC, the Persians invaded Greece, and the Spartan king Leonidas, with 300 Spartans, held the pass against them and died in the attempt. They didn't succeed in stopping the Persian advance, merely slowing it down, buying precious time for their fellow Greeks and giving their lives in the process. The battle exemplifies so much of what we admire about the Spartans: their loyalty to a cause bigger than themselves, their devotion to liberty and the preservation of their homeland. In the course of their fighting, they managed a kind of grim humour, which is familiar to us today from all sorts of action heroes whose pithy one-liners are uttered at the moment of ultimate peril. For example, when the Persians demanded that the Spartans laid down their arms, Leonidas famously replied, "Come and get them." Likewise, when a hail of lethal Persian arrows blocked the sun, Leonidas quipped to his companions, "This is excellent, we will fight in the shade." We can also admire the Spartans' association with great physical fitness and toughness and endurance. In the present day, they have given their name to a particularly extreme kind of obstacle race, which challenges people to achieve their own athletic and physical best in the face of enormous hardship. What is more, Spartan women were just as tough and as strong as the men. We're told by the ancient sources that they exercised, they received an education, and they were able to own property in their own right, all things denied to the women of other parts of Greece. However, I think there are some ways in which we need to hesitate before accepting the Spartans as the perfect icon of our modern values today. First, they can become figureheads of the xenophobe. The Battle of Thermopylae can start to stand for holding out against the encroachment of an alien invader. The most pernicious example of the Spartans' usage of this kind is in 1930s Germany, when they came to stand for the ancestry of the Aryan master race and essentially legitimated anti-Semitism and other extreme forms of xenophobia. Another question is whether we today really want to claim the Spartan paradigm of masculinity. Emotion was anathema, the individual was nothing, the state was everything. As we realise more and more the need to encourage people to express rather than deny their emotions, and to show the distress they might be feeling, maybe the Spartan ideal of masculinity is not the one we actually want to claim for the present day. It's no coincidence that the Spartans inspired the British public school system of the 19th and early 20th centuries, a system in which ideals of discipline, endurance, and austerity were paramount. Even the toughness of Spartan women is suspect. The ancient sources tell us that they trained their bodies to produce strong sons, so even the athleticism for which they were famous serves ultimately the Spartan war machine. And the grim joy with which they saw their sons go to their deaths in battle is unpalatable today. Spartan women are said by the author Plutarch to have told their menfolk going off to war, "Come back with your shield or on your shield." On one's shield, of course, meant dead. Evoking Sparta is often a way of trying to recover values which are thought to be lost or receding, old-fashioned values of resilience and self-denial, which some in modern society feel that we have squandered. In fact, however, historians of ancient Sparta have long challenged the historical truthfulness of the ancient stereotype of the Spartans. For decades now, they have been trying to put forward an alternative Sparta with a richer, more complex culture, art, music, and a much more complex range of values than have traditionally been attributed to them. There is no sign, however, of this happening. We are too addicted to the Spartan stereotype, however inaccurate, to give it up in favour of a more complex and nuanced reality.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to receive notifications for new videos. See you again soon.